such movies as Schindler's List and Dunstan Checks In. Yeah, he's a very versatile actor, and I bring to you the one, the Derek, the Dimpfl.
Thank you, David. How are you doing? I'm excellent. You ready to catch a lot of soup in here? All right, some energy. Okay, all right. You bunch of animals. Who is that? All right, that's enough out of you, Michael Dragon. Oh no, you. What's your name? I was gonna say Michael Dragging your ass off to jail, but what's your name? Jordan. It's like a river of terribleness. I don't know. No, it's just. Well, I mean, I prefer it be a little bit more positive. We could be uplifting. Okay, you guys, you and me right now. It's you and me all the way, all night. Well, I don't know about all night, but all the way to the end of the next two minutes. All right, guys. I want to tell you a little something that I've been thinking about. For one, abbreviation, not a very short word for being and I wonder if abbreviation stole all of its letters from other abbreviated words. It's like a hamburger, found them all in a sack and brings it back to his meat grind. Okay, well, but you know, and then they're just sort of left naked and afraid and huddled on the streets and pages of the world, wondering if they'll ever be recognized. You know, for instance, street, perfectly abbreviated word, on the endures and avs of the world, wondering what their fate is. But we can move on to, for instance, phonetic. Not very phonetic at all, is it? But whereas I think that abbreviation stole all of its letters from other words, phonetic is more of a smooth-talking bargainer, like, hey, I'll give you an F I don't need for a P and an H. It's like, but before it sounds like a bad deal, hey, you look like a little overburdened in life, like you could, you know, drop a few things, you know, and suddenly sulfoxyphosphate is like, oh boy, I do feel better phonetic. Yeah, I still have 2 PHs. I'm going to try this with Frank and Filbert. And Frank says to sulfoxyphosphate, get away from me, fatso. I don't want any of your extra tonnage. I won't compromise my svelte frame. And sulfoxyphosphate didn't realize, like you and I know, that proper nouns are stuck up and proud. But you know, common nouns like phonetic. Okay, move on. But and so sulfoxyphosphate, you thought I was done, you know, who thought he was going to live a life of carefreeness and joy, and the sun slinks back into the darkness of his chemistry lab and cries bitter tears into a beaker which curdles into resentment and begins to smolder with the sickly sweet aromas of vengeance. And he becomes a corpulent and masked avenger that chloroforms unsuspecting words and brings them into his dungeon, where they wake up on a table stripped of vital organs and key possessions, hardly recognizable as themselves, and then faint again, only to wake up on a lonely and strange road, wondering whether anyone will ever recognize them as what they once were, rather than mere frail, abbreviated abbreviations. Yeah, you guys, thank you. Appreciate that. Well, one last one for you is, what do you call, an educated dinosaur? That's a thesaurus for sure, okay. This has been all words, all the time, all the way through from Derek Dimpfl. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Give it up for your host, David Centafonte, everybody!
Give it up for Derek Dimpfl, everybody. Wonderful job. I'm going to be doing the God mic from back here. It's a little too much running upstairs for me. Jordan Reeder, are you in the room? Yes, you are. On deck, we got Mike Dragon coming up.